Hello and welcome to Coming Home with Mama T. I'm your host Tiara, aka Mama T, and on this podcast, we explore the journey of creating the life of our desires through mastering manifestation, maintaining a positive mindset, and living luxuriously. Whatever luxury looks like authentically for you, boo boo. And today I want to talk to you about affirmations. Yes. So I know I've talked about this topic multiple times, and I really want to take a deeper dive into it since it has come up again in my life. And I love sharing these stories and being able to add tweaks and changes, because as we grow and as we learn, we deepen our understanding of certain things. So I want to take you on this journey with me. So the other day I was having a conversation with someone, and they basically said if I could just do affirmations, my life would be different. And I was like, not quite how it works, but you're open to having whatever belief that you want to have, right? And so that is the crux of what an affirmation is. The affirmation is a tool that we use in order to help us shift our beliefs. It's not just the sentence that is going to create change in our lives. It's us, right? We are the change. We are the catalyst. We are the energy that creates and makes the movement. We have to be responsible for our own life experience. And I think that's where people get all like, ah, like we don't like to have responsibility. I mean, that's what makes adulting so difficult, right? Is having to take responsibility for our experiences, our life. And responsibility is not about shaming or judging or putting any sort of meaning behind our what actions we've taken, what beliefs we've had in the past, any of that. It's about, okay, this is where I am right now, and what am I doing to support where I would like to go, right? And so an affirmation is simply a tool in the toolbox. It's like picking up a hammer and banging it against the wall. But if you are using a hammer and it's a screw and not a nail, it's not necessarily the right tool to be using for you. You could kind of get the job done, but it's probably not going to be exactly what it is that you're looking for. So this is what the invitation of personal practice comes into play, right? So someone else's affirmation does not necessarily have to be your affirmation, right? We have a different belief structure on words and experiences with different words. So, when I say, ooh, perfect one, I was thinking about fruit. And so like the word lemon, I have in my mind what a lemon is. A lemon to me is yellow and it has a certain bitterness to it. But in other cultures, they say limon, and it's spelled slightly different, but it sounds kind of the same. But their limon is what I would call a lime. Right? So we have a very similar word, but a very different experience with it. Or not very different, but we have a different experience with it. And so there's a slight tweak. So when we say the word that someone else's, if I ask for a limon and I run it a lemon and I get a limon that is a lime in my world, then it might not quote unquote work. Yes? But that's not wrong, right? That is an opportunity to understand where we can shift and change and make sure that our understanding is in the space of where it needs to be to actually live out what it is that we are desiring. So when it comes to creating an affirmation, making sure it is something that, one, you believe, two, is sustainable for you, for like thinking about food and all of that. So and another example I was thinking about, okay, well, like if I see someone else and they're on a diet, yes, they're doing this diet and they've lost all this weight and they're doing great, and I'm like, they look great, I want similar results. And then I do the diet, but my body does not like it. It doesn't appreciate it. Whatever the strategy is that they're utilizing, it just doesn't work for me. It's not that the diet's wrong. It's just that my body is built differently, and that's okay. We're allowed to be different. We're allowed to have different practices. And I think sometimes people get really up in arms about, well, you can't do it different from me. Like my way is the only way. And I want to tell you, I want to give you the space and freedom to understand that you get to develop what works for you in all aspects of your life. It's great to learn and educate yourself and pick up little tidbits here and there from other people and their successes and the results that they are having that you want to mimic for yourself. You get to take little nuggets, but you also get to allow yourself and your soul, your energy to say, this one feels right. That one doesn't feel quite right, or it's not ready, or maybe I don't fully understand or grasp this aspect yet. So maybe I'm going to leave it over there and I'm just going to practice and play with this one. I'm going to practice and play and see how it goes. Yeah. And then we can refine, right? And I think another thing is not taking on too many things at one time. Yes. So when we're looking at affirmations, especially if you're new to them, maybe starting your day with like a list of 20 affirmations is a little overwhelming. Yeah. Starting with one, and we can make it as simple or complex, that one statement as you want, but really finding what feels good. Like if you can say, I am a millionaire and believe it and don't have a whole bunch of like, dogma and junk, like, does it feel clean to you, right? Is it, when you say I am a millionaire, does it feel clean? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel like you are, like you believe it and you know it's your truth, even if you're not seeing the money in your bank account right now? That's when the affirmation will work. And that's when as you say the affirmation, it's not just the affirmation. Like I said, the point of the affirmation is to make sure that you believe in it. And make sure you're checking in on your personal energy to see where tweaks and changes can be made so that that feels as clean and as true as possible to you. And when it feels clean and true and possible, then we start shifting our actions, whether it's conscious or not. We start making the changes to actually uphold whatever that affirmation is. So it's not the sentence, it's still you, it's your energy, it's your actions, it's your work. Right? So we're creating the possibility with the affirmation. We're creating the possibility for change. And then we create the belief in the change. And then we actually have the experience. The experience doesn't show up first. The experience is literally the last part of this whole creation station. That is the destination. Right? So we have to put in the work. And now we could talk about the timing of it all or whatever. But sometimes I feel like I've practiced this for a week and I haven't seen any changes. But when we put a timeline on it, when we put a meaning to it, when we layer upon it all of these expectations, it is no longer clean. It gets a little dirty, it gets muddy, and then we're not an open conduit for the work. Yeah. Like if we're thinking about, and maybe this might not be the best analogy, but in my mind it works. So thinking like, okay, if I have like a steel rod and I'm trying to conduct lightning to it, if it's covered in a bunch of rust and stuff, like the lightning's gonna have to like fight through the rust before it can get to where it needs to go. Right. And so that's how it looks in my mind. Like that's the vision I'm getting. So we have to get rid of the rust. Right? Or if you're cooking with a cast iron skillet, that's even better. I love cooking with a cast iron skillet. There's like more flavor and it's wonderful, but you have to use special care with this cast iron. And if you don't oil it, if you don't take care of it, it's going to start to rust and then it's not going to cook right. And it's not going to be a proper conductor for the fire, the flame, what's coming up from your stove or your oven. It's not going to cook your food correctly. That's probably a better one than the lightning one because I know for sure that's real. But anyways, so we have to make sure that our energy field, ourselves, is that clean cast iron skillet. So it's ready to start cooking up what it is that we desire. Yes? Because that's really, in my world, when I hear people talk about utilizing affirmations, they are using the affirmations to make a change in their life, to make manifest something that they are looking to experience. And so that's why people tend to utilize an affirmation. If you're not looking to make change, if you're happy and you're healthy and you're experiencing everything that you want to experience in your life, maybe it's not something that you need to add to your life. Maybe it's something you want to do just because it feels nice to you. And that's great. You get to choose. But if you are looking to create change, if you are looking to improve your life, if you're looking to shift bits and pieces of who you are so that you can be the best version of yourself, that is a great place to start. It's simple. Keep it simple, right? We can do, like I said before, you can do a big paragraph of a whole bunch of different words and all the stuff, but does it feel right? Does it feel believable? Whatever it is, whatever you're looking to shift and change, that's a beautiful place. And if you want some support, some help, some ideas, I do have the Activate Your Inner Shift meditation series, 4 short videos that'll talk you through kind of the mindset work behind and utilization of affirmations to make these shifts and changes, which is perfect and beautiful and free for you to use. All you got to do is go to www.mamateenergy.com and then scroll to the middle of the page. There's a form that'll say activate your inner shift. You put in your email and your name, send it off, and then it'll email you all the information so you can get that access to that series. So that's beautiful, that's wonderful, magical, all that good stuff. And then from there, if you're like, all right, cool, I want help putting all of this into practice, because let's be real, it really takes time. It takes practice. It takes growth and putting it into actual work every single day. And that's what the home membership for. It's like your gym. It's the gym for your mind, body, and spirit, okay? So if you're ready to put into the practice, you're ready to have a little bit of accountability, a personal trainer for your affirmations. I love it. Or if you're ready for that, then I invite you to join the home membership community, which you can also access on that same website, www.mamateenergy.com. And there we can talk, we can work through all of the things. I can offer some tweaks and changes as you're going through your own personal journey. And I can also offer the celebrations as you are witnessing these shifts, the changes, and the desires coming forth for you. So I'm excited for you and this experience. And thank you so much for watching, listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and have the most magical day.